Happy Sunday to you all. On this third Sunday of Advent, also known as the Gaudete Sunday, we're reflecting on how does a person confirm personal conversion in order to negotiate heaven. And all the three readings of today, in fact the four readings of today, including the Psalm, invites us to rejoice, and they also tell us why and how we should rejoice. In the Middle Eastern culture, there was a strong belief that if anyone is having two items, two things, for example, two tunics, then definitely that person is depriving someone else from having somewhere. So the assumption here is that if you have two, you should share it with one another, whatever you have. In the Gospel, John the Baptist is asked three different questions by three different group of people. The first people, the general public, come and ask, what can we do? Because he calls them to conversion. Now, the second people, the tax collectors, also came, and then the soldiers. To the general people, he said, if anyone has two tunics, the person should share with others. And the same should be done with food. If you have enough, you should share with others. To the tax collectors, he said, do not exploit others, do not collect more than expected. And then to the soldiers, he said, do not impose things on others, do not intimidate others. And all these questions, John the Baptist answered them. He did not say they should quit what they're doing as human beings. He said they should rather remain where they are in their own profession, but rather profit of whatever they're doing in order to gain heaven. John the Baptist was living a very austere life. He was in the desert there, looking for salvation in his own way, but he did not ask these tax collectors and soldiers to quit their profession because they are kind of sin prone professions. No, he said they should remain there, but they should gain the kingdom of heaven in whatever they are doing. And I think that's a great lesson to us today, because the kingdom of God can be found in anything we're doing that is dignified. Now, I'm not saying we should go and steal and then go to heaven, no. But anything we're doing that we're doing with a clean heart, we can gain the kingdom of heaven from that. That's why we see all the saints we have come from all walks of life. We have nuns, we have priests, we have religious brothers, we have lay people, we have doctors, nurses. Everything we are doing, the kingdom of God can be found there. We can profit of that to found the kingdom of God. Why should we rejoice? We are to rejoice and be glad, not the kind of joy that comes by eating and drinking and smoking and having fun. No, we should rejoice because we know that we have Jesus by our side, who is able to take care of our problems. It is a type of joy that comes when we live a life of kindness, a life of gentle forbearance, which does not always insist on exercising our right, but which shows our willingness to let go some of those things that bring internal disturbance for us, to let go all those things, even though some people might offend us from time to time. We should let go. If we are to rejoice, we have to first be convinced that what we are going through is temporal, that there is a time where we'll go back to our normal stage of life where there will be joy. Some people are ill, very well, not handled in the way they're supposed to, because there is no money to go to the hospital, there's no food to eat, and so on. People are going through a lot. But in all that we're going through, sometimes when we look at deeply, we are better off than someone somewhere. That's why in every situation we should rejoice, because that is not the worst. We're not the worst, even though it might seem that we are worse, but someone else somewhere is worse than we are. In the second reading, St. Paul now presents three different words that kind of show us how to acknowledge, the need for items that we can follow. First is the word prayer. We should pray, and the prayer St. Paul talks about here refers to a very general prayer for attitude of mind. And the second one is the request, which includes the general mention of those items, those things that we are asking God to do for us, and all that leads us to internal peace and joy. I can see that in these three ways. The first that comes is peace. Peace that is originated from God. Peace that comes because we trust in God. Peace that comes because God can do everything for us. John the Baptist, even though he had all the privilege, he had all the rights and all the temptations of acknowledging himself, of self-acclaiming himself to be the Messiah, but he did not. And I think his example is a call to humility, that when we realize that Jesus is in our midst, there is no need of pretending to be who we're not. John the Baptist did not pretend. He rather tell the people that I am not worthy to untie his sandals, that I am not the Messiah. How often do we pretend to be people that we're not in order to gain privilege, in order to gain an opportunity, or in order to exploit others, or in order to show people that we are also someone so special? My dear friends, as we are celebrating this Sunday today, let us always remember